and the wrists up. So circle the wrists. A bit more space today. I'll move the dartboard out of the way. But yeah, quite a lot of stuff on our arms. Oh, let's tell myself I'm working out. Oh, no, not that one. Then circle your wrist the other way. Don't want that one. Sorry. Going for weight training, that's the one I want. Lovely. And then we're flicking the wrist up and down. Up and down. Lovely. Rolling. Oh, we have a cat as well. Let's have the wrists together. Quite a lot of I haven't got music because the stereo in here is really loud, so it's only Nick's amp. I'll need to sort one out for in here actually. And there's quite a lot of technique, so I just thought we'll just do it today. So if you want to have your own music on in the background, you can do that. It's not as intense, so we don't need so much. Let's stretch the wrists. And then we'll get the shoulders warm. I'm going to change position because my ankles are starting to go to sleep. And reverse. And stretch. And reverse. And stretch and lift up. And then reverse. Stretch those shoulders a little bit. Now we're going to warm up these shoulders. Roll the shoulders. So we're going to do, it's not timed today, so it's not 45 seconds on, 10 seconds off, we're doing it in reps. So we're going to aim for 12 of everything today. That's the number I've chosen, but again you can, you know, if you can only manage 10 or 8, whatever, that is fine. Roll the shoulders forward, nice big movement, get them nice and warm. Lovely, then let's go for elbow circles. So the first exercise we're going to do involves a bit of standing up as well. The rest of it's on the floor. I'm going to do some walkouts, which I know Penny hates them. But they are good for the shoulders. But I'm going to add a little something to them. Forward elbow circles. So it's kind of called an inchworm. But I will explain. Oh, let's do some full circles, nice and big. And then forward circles, and we're just going to stretch these wrists one more time. And then we'll get going. Lovely, let's have a wrist give it a stretch back. And then the other one. Lovely. So a walkout is, we start standing up, going to bend down, and again you can choose whether you're doing it with bent legs or just straight legs. The more warmer you get, you might find you can straighten your legs a bit more. And then you're going to walk the hands out, pull the tummy muscles in. So we're basically walking out into a plank, nice and straight, squeeze the bottom here. Then I want you to walk your feet up towards your hands, don't worry if they're bent. So that means you're putting a lot of weight in the shoulders. Then we're going to walk the feet back, and then we're going to walk the hands back. And we're going to come up to standing. I'm only going to do 6 of them because it's very long, because you've kind of got 2 for each thing. So you're squeezing your tummy, squeeze your bum, don't drop your hips. It's quite a lot on these wrists, so that's why we wanted them to be warm. So if you need to rest, just do. Otherwise, we shall start. So we're going to bend forward, squeeze the tummy in. Try and really place the hands nice and evenly and come into a plank. Once you've got into your plank, on your tiptoes, you're walking forwards. You're kind of pushing forwards on your wrists. Then we're going to walk back. Plank, and then walk the hands back. So it's very much all on the upper body, all in the shoulders and a bit of the core, and we get a leg stretch. So that's 1. Let's come down. This is 2. Get your plank position looking straight ahead, so you're not bowing or you're not lifting your chin, so straight ahead is looking down. And again, if your legs don't come in that far, or your legs are bent, that's fine. It's really about the weight into the shoulders. Lovely, that's 2. Squeeze, come down. Obviously got a dog joining in. Dog's joining us. And lift up. So when you're here, you can see how much your shoulders push further forwards over those wrists. So you get a real flexibility in those wrists. That's 3. Plank, squeeze the bum. Lift the feet up. And again, if your feet are bent, that's fine. Your legs are bent rather. But if you straighten them, you're going to really get into those legs as well. That's 4. Moving quite quickly through that walk, getting those shoulders working. This is kind of a bit of a warm up as well, but it is going to really get those shoulders and wrists, legs and core, everything's working here. Woo, 5. This is our last one. Well done. Squeeze. And if you need a rest or you're feeling anything in your back, always stop. Feet, walk up and back. And plank, and walk up, and up. Lovely, I'm just going to rest down for a moment. Give these wrists a little rest. Well done. So nice heart rate's up, and the shoulders and wrists are really worked. Next stuff we're going to do is on all 4s, and we're going to use the weights. So again, nothing probably too heavy, because we're taking the arm away from the body. Whereas when your arm is close to the body, like that, it's easier to have a heavier weight. I've literally got 2 kilos, is really light. We're only do one arm at a time. So we're working this whole thing in tabletop. Make sure you've got room in front, to the side and behind you. So in tabletop position, you're in a nice square, hands under shoulders, shoulders back, tummy in so you don't want to drop and extend the back. And we're simply just going to lift the arm forward and back. You're going to do 12 of those. Then out to the side, so you're squeezing. This one's particularly hard, I find, because I've got a bit of a dodgy shoulder. And then we're going to take 12 with the palm upwards, and we're pushing upwards. So we're going to do 12 on each arm, and then we're going to change the exercise. Okay, here we go. So right arm forward, lifting up and down, and 2 and down. Same kind of position with your head for the plank, so you're looking at the floor, not dipping the head, not lifting the chin. That's 3. Again, you do as many as you need. So you need to squeeze your tummy as well, because we're not just standing, we're having to hold a position. Halfway through, your left arm is still getting a little bit of weight into it. If your wrists are absolutely having enough, you can just come back onto the feet and just continue like this. But if you can come forward, it means you're going to work the core a little bit as well. We've got 2 more. And we're also trying not to rotate the body. Right, out to the side. 1, 2. And making sure your arm's in line with your shoulder, not coming forwards. 4. You should be able to control it. If you're having to fling the arm, your weight's probably too heavy. These ones are tough, that's why we have a light weight. We've got 4 more. 3, keep those shoulders away from the ears, squeeze the tummy. 2. And 1. Now we're going to take the arm back. So I've got my palm facing behind me. 1. I find this one the easiest one out of all of them, but everyone's got different muscles. 3. Shoulders back. 4. Again, don't lock the arm, don't swing it, just squeeze it up. 5. And 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Oh, they're tough, aren't they? We're going to switch sides. Have a little stretch in between, actually, if you want. A little just to release. And then we're going to go to do that left arm. Shoulders back, tummy in. Left arm, we're reaching forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, lovely. 8, 9, keep that chest facing down, don't rotate. 10, can we do 2 more? 11, 12, let's take the arm to the side. I'm just going to readjust my position. Nice strong shoulders, don't sink in the shoulders. 1. And remember, you're not rotating the body, it's just the arm, so resist the urge to pull the body round, even if the arm doesn't get that high. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's get the palm facing behind us, shoulders realigned, squeeze the tummy in now. 1 and 2. Watch that neck as well, keep it nice and long. 3, 4, 5, 6 more, hanging in there. 1, try not to stress the neck, try and relax in the neck. 4 more. Last 2. Last 1. Oh my goodness. Whew. That's harder than you think it's going to be. Roll the shoulders. We're going to give the wrists a rest. We'll do one more thing in this position, but with a different weight, different kind of exercise. Have a little shake, cross and open. Rather, not a shake at all, is it? Let's have a little stretch. We're going to do a row, which is where the body, arm is closer to the body, so much easier on the body. If you're having a little stretch, if your wrists have had enough, I'll give you a different position. But we want to try and do it in the wrist if we can, because I want to add a leg. So you're going to have the wrists on the wrist to add the leg. The options are, so this time I'm getting a heavier weight because I'm pulling it up closer to the body. And we're not rotating the body, so your shoulders stay facing down. It's just the elbow that comes up behind you. So I want to work like this, but if I can, take your opposite leg back, and it just challenges the balance a little bit more. After 6, I'd like for the last 6 to lift the arm and the leg at the same time. But you don't have to do that, and also if your wrists have just had enough, you could always lean on the leg and you could just do your rows like this. So you've got to find where your wrists are happy. We are going to come out of tabletop in a minute, but there is still push-ups and other bits. There's a lot of wrist weight bearing on those wrists today, but good for strengthening them up. Okay, so can we get a nice tabletop position, shoulders back, tummy in. Right arm holds the weight, left leg is back. So the left leg is going to pull you off balance a bit. So you've got to use the core a bit more for these first ones. So squeeze up 1 and down and 2. So my arm is grazing past the side of my body. Lovely, nice positions, that's it. And 4 and 5 and 6. For the last 6, can we add the leg? 1 and 2. Squeeze the tummy, squeeze the bum, don't arch the back. 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and rest. Lovely. So that works into the back a little bit as well. Give them a quick rest. We're going to do the other side, and then we're done with the weights. So on all fours, hand, weight in the left hand, right leg back. Nice strong position, strong in the shoulders, tummy in and squeeze. 1 and down, look straight down, slide the elbow back, slide past the rib cage. 3, Lovely. 4. So keep your arm more, keep it more here. You're throwing it back a little bit. So really just keep the weight is almost exactly where it is. The elbow just lifts up. That's it, better. And I think you've probably got, have you got your kettlebell? That's probably why, so they're really heavy, those things. So let's add the leg for the last 6. 1, 2. Just because we want to recruit the right muscle, it's not going to hurt if you do that, but because that's such a heavy weight, it really just, the weight isn't moving position, it's just the elbow going up. 1 more. Because it's a row, we want to try and work the muscles here by pulling that one. Whew, well done. Let's give these wrists a rest. Stretch them down. We're going to lie on our side. In fact, keep your little weight around if you want. And we're going to, just as a maybe, so we're going to do a 1 arm push up. So your legs kind of just wherever you want. Your underneath arm is tucked in, and this arm is the one pushing up. So you've got options with this. You can push up just to your elbow. So you can see I'm just leaning on the elbow. Or you can push all the way up, but just careful this arm isn't locking out, especially mine, because I've got a, you know, hyperextensive arm, so you don't want to lock it, just lift it up. If you wanted to, you could add a weight, so that's an option. Another option, if you want to, you could punch out with or without the weight, if you want, or just no weight or stay where you are. So we're going to do 12, so you decide where you want to work, even no arm with weight, arm without weight. Ready, here we go. Squeeze the tummy as well, and try not to do this with your head, so you're staying sideways most of the time. And 1, 2. Obviously don't do this with the kettlebell. 3. I've only got 2 kilogram weight here, so it's very small. Perfect. Just use the arm with the reach is good enough, because it makes you have a little hold at the top. Squeeze the tummy. Good, halfway through, if you can, another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh goodness, we're going to change sides. Doesn't seem like a lot, 12, but with all the other exercises we're doing, we're really hitting these muscles, especially the triceps at the moment. We've only got 3 more exercises, which is perfectly good for timing. Okay, so with or without, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Halfway there. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Okay, tricep dips. What we're going to do with the hips on the floor. I think we've done a lot on these wrists today. My hands are in a diamond shape. Touching if you can, doesn't matter if they're slightly separated. Listen to what your shoulders are saying. Feet are out and your hands are behind you. Your fingers are nearly touching your bum, they're very close. So with this one, it depends how much you're leaning back. Obviously, if you're leaning forward, not so much weight. Leaning back, it's a bit more, but you'll find that anyway. Squeeze the tummy, pull it in, and we just bend. And 2, and 3, and 4. Should feel that burn. 5. Again, don't lock them out. 6. 6 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness. Rest. Okay, push-ups, then some back work, and then we're done. It's going super fast today. So push-ups, we've got some options. You can either be on all 4s, so your hands have got to be wider than your shoulders, and also you're in like a arrow head shape. That makes sense. So your head to your elbows is a triangle, meaning you don't want your arms really far out here or up here. It's not going to work. So you should be in this sort of position. You could be on the knees, and again, it's keeping the chin tucked in is the most important one. A lot of people either do push-ups with their chin or they drop their head, and it's the most important thing is to keep your back straight. So imagine you've got a tray of drinks on your shoulders, you don't want them to tip. I always tuck and tilt the abs as well, protects the back, and really strong shoulders, so you don't want to be collapsing the shoulders. So either on all fours, or you can take the knees back and do it a little bit more like this. I'm not even going to attempt a full push up because we're going to try 12. Okay, so with all that in mind, here we go. 1. And you can see I'm not going all the way down. It's better to do a little bit and control it. You don't have to go all the way down, otherwise you're going to go through too much of a range of motion and you're likely to end up dipping your head. So just think of lowering the chest a little bit and squeezing that tummy. This is 5 and this is enough already. Last 6 if you can. Again, tuck and tilt, squeeze the tummy, squeeze the bum. Think of it as a moving plank. 3, 4 more. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Oh, it's so hard. If you do and properly put the effort in, you really don't need more than that, I find. You've done they're really hard. If you can do loads, often people start doing them too quick and do bad technique. Okay, we're on our tummy for the last few exercises, so I really want to work the back as well. Have your arms here, give these arms a rest for a minute. The feet are just pointing out behind me, and I'm just going to lift my body up and down. So again, important not to be lifting your chin up, otherwise you're just going to be moving your head. You've got to stay straight here, shoulders back, squeeze the tummy and extend up slightly and lower. Okay, going to do 12 of those. I'm going to add on because the back's pretty strong, so we can probably add a few. Here we go, ready? Tummy in, don't press on the floor, and lift, and lower, and lift, lift. Shoulders back, extend, lift, lift, lovely. 4 more. Now I'm going to do another set with lifting off the arms, just to add a little bit more weight. 2 more. 1 more. So I'm just going to lift off the elbows and the arms so we're an inch off the floor before we start adding more weight. It is optional. Squeeze the tummy, lift up. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze those shoulders back. 4. So squeeze your elbows down towards your waist. That will pull your shoulders back. 6. We've got 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the last one. 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I'm going to add on to this. I want you to flap your arms like up and down, up and down. So your shoulder blades pinch together and lower, pinch together and lower. Hang in there. Squeeze, squeeze. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. We're going to have a good stretch out because we've done a lot. So let's push back into child pose. Oh, and have a little round of that back. Knees open and just rest down. And then stretch the arms forwards. And lift the bottom a little bit and push through, push down, so push weight into those shoulders, feeling your back stretch and those shoulders and arms stretch. So another really nice stretch for the back, to try and stretch the upper part, because our upper back is always rounded. It's similar to this, but we're just going to add on. So from here, I'm just going to try and bend my elbows and then push down again, so you're forcing a bit more of an arc. If you can't reach the floor, you can always kind of grab a surface like that and push down. You can do it against the wall as well if you find it too uncomfortable on the floor. But you're just trying to push the chest down, getting an arch into that back. Mind you, don't squash your face on the floor. Mine is just hovering, but I'm feeling a lovely sort of stretch in that upper back and a nice arch the other way, opening up of those shoulders. Wonderful. I'm going to thread my right arm through, push the shoulder into the floor, turn to the side. Take your left hand and the back of the left hand, slide it round the small of your waist and rotate that shoulder upwards and away from your chin. So instead of here, you're trying to open up. Look with the head if that's comfortable. If not, just let your head relax. And if you can reach up just to extend. But again, make sure your shoulder doesn't drop. You've really got to reach up, get a nice stretch and reach back. A nice stretching through the back. We're going to stretch these arms and wrists in a moment as well. And release. Let's switch sides. So left arm, thread through and rest. And slide round the back. Start to twist slightly, push the shoulder away from the chin. Breathe. Reaching up if you can. Come back down. So I'm doing a little stretch for our hip flexors because we've been on all fours quite a lot. So just on our tummies. Rest one head on one hand, but grab the other leg, push your hip forward. It's a little bit of a stretch there. That's good, you know, it's 169 calories. You burn a lot when you're doing weights because the more weights you do, all your muscles act like sponges and they just use up all the fat and the energy and the carbs so that they work. And the more muscles you get, the more they burn off. So you often keep burning calories after the workout as well. Switch legs if you haven't, sorry, pushing the other hip into the floor. Lovely, and then let's gently come up to sitting. I'm going to quickly do the chest. So hands here and stretch the chest up. I'm going to add on to that, tuck the feet under and do the same thing again, if that's comfortable. So I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. Really stretching the chest. Then grab the hands, reach them back. And facing forwards. Quick stretch of the arms. Guys, last 2 minutes really disappeared. Let's take one arm across the body, stretch it, keep the shoulder down, so don't let it creep up. Down, and in this hand, I'm going to turn my thumb down. It just changes the stretch slightly, gets a bit deeper into that shoulder. Release, let's switch sides. Keep this arm, trying to keep it straight and then not trying to pull it across so you feel this shoulder stretching. That's what we want to do. Turn the thumb down. Just going to stretch the triceps and the neck, and we are done. Let's take the same arm up and over, gently with the fingertips, take it back, hand between the shoulder blades, keep the chin lifted, lovely. You might find this aches in a couple of days. All ready for Wednesday's leg class. I'm going to post this on the group today. I will get the, I've got the videos on my laptop, I've just got to put them on YouTube. Let's switch sides. Right, lastly, just for the neck, stretch with the fingers, reach down with the other hand. Well done. Switch sides. Take a breath to finish. And again. And give yourselves a clap.